My name is Christina Shivers. I'm going to do a series of videos kind of explaining. There's going to be some edits, there's going to be some previous videos that kind of foreshadow what my experience has been. I joined Ancestry.com October 18th, 2018. I completed the DNA test. As you know, it takes several months for those results to arrive and show up. Found out that I am 53% England, Wales, and Western Europe, 19% German, European, 13% European Jewish, 12% Ireland and Scotland, 1% Norway, 1% Eastern European and Russian, and then 1% Sweden. During this time, I was really excited about the results. I didn't know this about myself. I also didn't know who my father's side of the results as well. So found out things that, I lived in Germany for several years and didn't even know that I was German. So it's pretty cool. During this time, a few months later, I want to say from October to December, around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, around those months, somebody popped up in my DNA search as a match. This woman, and I'm not going to name names, this woman showed up, and I found that, and everything I found was public information. Wasn't going out of my way to snoop or anything like that, but I found this woman, and I noticed that across a certain amount of segments, and this is how Ancestry works, we shared 1,600, actually a little more than 1,600 chromosomes matches. It's almost the same amount as my grandmother. And if you know how the DNA charts work, there's a certain amount per person that is passed down in bilateral, whatever. So there's charts you can look up online. So I found her. I looked up her information on Facebook, found public photos, and there was one that kind of struck my interest. It was just a picture, but I looked exactly like her. It was her about my age, and I'm 30 now. Turned 31 in a couple of months. She looked just like me. So I show her to my family, my current family that I do know. I show her to my mom, I show her to my grandmother, and I'm like, who is this woman? And nobody could tell me who she is. Nobody on my mother's side knew who she was. And I resembled her so much, from my mouth to my eyes to my cheekbones, everything resembled her. And I also had the same hair. She has this beautiful strawberry blonde hair. I have been dyeing my hair black since I was probably 16. It's just a choice I made years ago, and it's something that I've stuck with. So I reached out and messaged her and figured out that she was an aunt. But she had 6 brothers. My gosh. So long story short, as of now, and I'll update as I go, and this is really for me. This may upset people. This is for me, period, because I've gone through a lot since that time of doing that, and I didn't even realize it was 2018 that I had started this process. So it's been almost 2 years. Reached out to her. She has a beautiful daughter, and she also came up on Ancestry, and we resemble each other a lot too, and that was really cool. She's been warm and inviting and very welcoming. They live further away, so it's kind of hard to have those connections or really meet up in person, so that'll be something in the future. I'm hoping one day that I will be able to meet her in person, both of them. with this. So I'm gonna do more videos coming up. Long story short, stay tuned. I found my father. I found him. I have not spoken to him directly. The rejection is really hard, and I'm just gonna document how I feel about it and get it out there for people to see, because I know in my heart, and I know I'm not the only one going through this, and I think my story needs to be heard, and I deserve to be known. Whether he chooses to accept me or not is his choice, and this may piss him off. That's his right to feel that way, but I deserve to be known. I am who I am. I have let it go long enough. I have given the space that I feel I wanted to give, and he either is gonna accept me one day or he's not, and I'm okay. I really am. It's not just me though. He has a granddaughter, and she deserves to be known, and she deserves to know who he is. Again, whether or not he wants to step up and be there. I can imagine that it has been a very hard transition for him as well. Being in contact with someone, not even really in contact, but really finding someone after 30 years. I've had plenty of time. I knew I came from somewhere, so I've had plenty of time to reconcile or search, if you will. That's a different story in itself, the searching portion of this. But I don't blame him for his actions. I don't blame him for the way he feels. It's surprising because I don't understand what the baggage would be for him. Whereas I have my own life. I know he's had his, but I exist, and the relationship possibilities are there, whether it's having a drink or just getting to know each other. And that's why I'm gonna do these videos, and that's why I'm going to, I don't know if I'm gonna do this daily, I don't know if I'm gonna do this a couple weeks from now, but I'm going to, and I'm going to do it for me. And I appreciate if you listen this long. There's gonna be a lot more. I just wanna have my head in it and be able to touch on one subject at a time so that I'm not rambling on and on. This is my story starting Ancestry.com, submitting my DNA, and my journey finding out who I am, who my father is, and whether or not he eventually wants to have a relationship with me and his granddaughter. I'm hoping for the best, and I am hoping that this is not the end, and I don't think God would have put these things in place or told me to do these things. I never would have really searched otherwise. I don't know why I did Ancestry. I don't have a good reason why. Something just told me to order it one day. I did, and I took it and I submitted it. And then a few months later I found an aunt, and then it led me all the way to finding him. I even know what he looks like. And that alone answered a lot of questions for me. And I really hope that you enjoy this, and I'm gonna stop rambling now. Y'all have a good day, and I will upload more videos later. Thanks.